Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's March 3rd. Wow. This is the 22nd episode of Risk On, what I hope to be a great long-term show, although Jason and I are a little bit of an argument today. He thinks I'm an overtrader. Like I said, it's March 3rd. This is my partner, Jason Bartholomew. I'm Todd Ault, Executive Chairman of Ault Global on the NYC American, and Jason is a professional poker player. He is a professional trader, and he was a former Major League, minor league baseball player.
That's
he
right.
threw the ball,
With the
right?
righty.
A whip, but Josh won't let me say it. Someone whipped some, oh my Lord, was it a, oh, I got my, wow.
No, not really.
So, I just got to tell you, I woke up 2 o'clock in the morning. You and I had put on some trades. Rocket Companies was at 40-something, 44, 45. It's almost like I had a dream. Okay, let me explain this to you.
All right.
I sold that stock for 45 or 46 this morning at 2 in the morning.
Right.
I really did. I was up huge. I sold Riot up huge. I was up 131 grand for the morning.
Mm-hmm.
How did I end down 300,000?
Fancy play syndrome.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? Okay, the market was, I just want to say, ugly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and what's funny is everyone here who watches the show, for full disclosure, knows I'm long Boeing. I've been long a million Boeing, not a million shares, $1 million worth of Boeing, around 213.
Right.
Boeing ripped up 10 earlier today. So Boeing saw it. It's obviously one of those stocks that's coming out of, things will improve because of COVID.
Right.
But did they sell tech stocks today? I mean, did they sell them hard?
Bad.
It was sick. And Rocket Companies, which was at 46 pre-market, was down to 27.50. I actually bought 5,000 at 27.50, but don't let that fool you, because I also bought it at 28 and 25, 7, 9, 29 and a half, 30, 31. I think my average price is around 30 and a half,
Yeah.
31, and I got my rear kicked. Jason,
That's okay.
help me out. What's the market do today, and where are we, my man? Holy smokes.
Bond yields went up, like 10-year climbed 8 basis points to $1.49. So that was basically one of the main factors that had the tech sell-off in place. Also, the economic data, it looks like some of the APD job claim numbers were bad, so that was bad in the morning. Tomorrow there's jobless claim numbers, so that'll be another factor. And also, it looks like overall, crypto was swingy again, so that affected some of the tickers that
Yeah,
were
for
traded.
sure.
So, I mean, overall, the market was just horribly red today. SPY was taking a bloodbath. It seemed like everything was heavy, everything was selling off. Nobody wanted to hold anything, and I think that's where we kind of made a mistake on a couple of these trades.
Yeah, we did. I made some big mistakes. And by the way, for the record, SPY is the S&P 500 ETF index. For those of you who are new to the show, wow. So did you give the Dow numbers already? Did I just miss all that?
No, let's look at it.
Let's go through that.
Dow was down 119, 31,272. The Nasdaq was the big one, 12,997, dipped below 13,000. It was down 2.7%, minus 361.
Yeah, the Nasdaq got pummeled.
Yeah.
Like it was a rout.
Even Kathy Wood got pummeled today.
Oh no. Oh, ARK got routed, dude.
Crushed.
I mean, we're talking crushed.
I think I might have it set
That
up
may
for
be
a
some
sec.
follow-on.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're going to be one of those diamond hand people.
Yeah.
There could be some follow-on here,
Yep.
right? Because I know people have been chasing Kathy.
Right.
Right. And when you chase something, you tend to get. Ooh.
I mean, the knives were falling everywhere. We tried to catch a couple.
Yeah, I tried to catch a falling knife and got some of my fingers cut off.
Yeah.
But I do feel like when I looked at Rocket Companies, it was overdone on the upside, overdone on the downside.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable with my long. I love the dividend that's coming up.
I bought again.
Yeah.
I'm in like 20.
You traded it much better than I did today, my friend.
I'm at 28.
I should have just turned it all over to you today.
We had some good trades in the morning, though, like
Yeah, we crushed it in the morning.
EBON, KMPH.
Yeah, let's talk about KMPH real quick. That stock, I mean...
I got it pulled up. It's
Oh,
it should be.
you? I'm
Yeah,
gonna pull it up on
I
the screen.
should have it set up.
This
for your
was a
second
monster,
one. Yeah,
it's not going to reflect. Does it reflect? It does.
Yeah, it went to 21 plus.
Okay, listen.
That doesn't show pre-market.
It doesn't show pre-market.
Yeah.
We have the screen up there, Brett.
Let's talk about that.
So these guys got FDA approval late in the day yesterday.
Yeah, last night.
Last night, it was
Yeah.
really late.
Yep.
It was probably like midnight or something.
Yeah,
right?
the news started coming out at like 10 p.m.
Right. And you told me you gave me okay, so
Yeah.
this is, I really want, I
set
want
this one up.
I want this to be a teaching moment
Yeah.
for everybody, okay? So Interactive Brokers allows you to trade at 1 a.m. Pacific time. You had me put orders in. The stock was 950, 937 exactly.
Yes,
actually.
937.
You said, Todd, put some orders in at 10, which you said was a dream,
Yes.
which you were right, didn't happen. I put 1,000 shares at every figure. So
Yes.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yep.
And I got filled on 3,100. Stock was at over 20.
Yes.
I got filled. I was up a ton.
Yeah.
$20,000 plus dollars.
We were in like, what was the average? 1350?
No, the average was like 1251.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it was great trade.
Yeah.
Right. Didn't get filled on the $10,
Right.
but got filled on the others.
So how we did that, just so you guys want to learn, pre-market, we put in some limit buy orders and we staggered them at $1 increments. And when we staggered them, we put the larger buy orders. The dream was to make a larger buys at a lower price.
Right.
Okay. So we would put the stagger in at like 5,000.
We had 5,000 at 10.
Yeah.
And then we kind of staggered all the way
yeah.
up to where we had only 1,000 at 15.
Yeah. So we did that, and we ended up getting filled on 3 of those positions.
3,100
Yeah,
shares,
okay.
right? And then I this is what I'll tell you. You had me going a little bit. And I know you didn't mean to do this on purpose,
Right,
but
right.
you were this company is so shorted that you were like, hey, this thing could go to 30.
Could go to
50,
30.
right?
Yeah.
And so I let that go to my head.
Yeah.
And when it was at $21, I didn't sell it all.
Yeah. You did take some off though.
I did take a lot off.
I was asking you to take some off.
And then when it
but-
went back to 15, I put it back on.
Right.
And you
was
made the right call.
Yeah.
Then it went back up to 1750.
Right.
And then, of course, I decided that the approval, they got FDA approval for their ADHD drug,
Right.
which I may need to take, by the way.
Me too.
I'm not very focused.
Yeah.
ADHD drug. Which you point out. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
So like we had with biotechs, I'm a little concerned though on multi-day runs because oftentimes it doesn't happen. People usually just sell the news after the run up and then they just leave the carcass for the next few days. I mean, honestly, that's what happened.
Carcass.
So Saba was one of the rare breeds that actually had
a follow through a couple days in a row.
Yeah,
Right.
and I just don't know if ChemPharm is capable of it. They did already raise capital. They had a shelf that was taken. So I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to find out. We have a position still. So,
We definitely have a position.
and aftermarket is 1292.
Yeah, for full disclosure, I'm long Chem Pharma. Let me just go over what I'm long, just to make sure
Yeah.
everyone knows here. We always like to give full disclosure here as, is it John D?
Oh yeah.
As John D said yesterday, full disclosure, buddy.
Yeah.
What?
Jeff D.
Jeff D. Jeff D. Sorry about that, buddy. We're going to get you some merch, and we're going to come up with a shirt that says full disclosure.
That's cool.
Exactly. I like the idea. It's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Will he get royalties on that?
But royalty, I don't know about that. I'm long rocket companies. Ugh, a ton.
That's okay.
I'm long
had-
Chem Pharma.
Yeah, that's fine.
NVOS. Workhorse, I got work today.
Yeah.
Palantir, I cut back from 20,000 to 10,000 shares. I got worked on that. I did buy CCLII, which is the Evo Go,
Yeah.
Evo EV Go
Yep.
SPAC that they're buying. That's a great company that in my opinion, and they got crushed pretty hard today, down $1.72. I'm long Clover, got smoked in that. I'm along TRCH, which is something you put me into.
Yeah, Torchlight.
Torchlight Energy.
Texas Energy. Yeah, they're having a merger coming up. That actually tried to break out. Did you see it?
I'm long FRX.
Uh,
It's a SPAC.
yeah.
I'm long OLB,
Yep.
right? Not a bunch, just
No.
a little bit. And then I'm long, we announced today that 13D position in SSY.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find anything else I'm long, because I got a couple accounts. Got to make sure we're always giving full disclosure here.
Right, for sure.
Today, for the record, sucked, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were up too late, and it was just,
I don't know. I think we should have just went back to bed after we made those good trades.
yeah, we made a bunch of money. You stupid. I overtraded.
That's okay.
You're right. I did overtrade. Of course, I'm long Boeing. Typical. SSNT made a move today.
Yeah.
I actually sold some over $7.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, for sure.
There were some crypto tickers that made a move and then one of them, we're going to talk about, one of them held the strength throughout
At the close at the end of the day, after we sold Riot way higher today. Oh my God, we sold Riot, I think $54 or $55.
Yeah.
Bought it back at 50 today, just a little bit,
Yeah.
little position. The same thing I'm doing with Boeing, I'm doing with Icon Enterprises, IEP. So I bought more of that. That actually was up at this one point $1.61 today.
And full disclosure, we have a target on X, U.S. Steel. We got a placeholder.
Yeah, we did buy a little U.S. Steel.
We're gonna keep an eye on that.
What's up with that? Why do you like US
infrastructure?
Steel? Infrastructure.
Yeah, for sure.
But I talked about this yesterday. It felt like the market was rolling over.
Yeah, it's heavy, man.
And the Nasdaq is very heavy, and it's you can see that value stocks. Like, this is an interesting thing. I just heard a conversation about value. $11 a couple months ago on Viacom.
Yeah.
Nearly 70 now.
Wow, I didn't see that.
So some of these value stocks have made some pretty big moves, right?
Yeah, there's
value in media.
Yep.
And I heard a guy on CNBC claiming that it's values time now. The Nasdaq's getting crushed and it's values time. But these people that invest in the Nasdaq, they tend to come back with a vengeance. How long? These sell-offs seem to be faster and shorter.
They are, for sure. I'm still waiting for the marijuana turnaround too. That's just kind of sitting around.
Tesla smoked to 656.
Yep.
Down almost $30 today.
Yeah.
These are some Apple, hanging in there at 122, down 3 though. What are you thinking about the Nasdaq right now? I mean, when Google got hit for $50, Berkshire Hathaway was up $3,800. That's value, right?
Yeah,
that's
value.
Value. People rushing to value.
But look at Kathy's fund. Do I have it pulled up there?
Did you pull it up?
Yeah, it's the 4th tab over.
Blink EV down 385, 366. Wow.
Yeah,
down pretty hard.
Yeah.
It was an outright GameStop up 10.
Yeah, after hours, right?
$9, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
For sure. What do you think of, would you have Kathy's up here?
Yeah, I think it's the 4th tab from the left there.
I'm afraid to push the button here.
Yeah, push that.
Okay, I'm live here. Can you pull that up for me?
Yeah, there we go.
Brett.
Wow, look at that.
Was she down 6% today?
Yeah, that's a big drop.
So she was kind of double the double the Nasdaq.
Yeah. Well, she's exposed to it heavily.
She's pretty concentrated, right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So you got but what was the peak up here? It was 132.95, give or take.
Right.
And it closed down to 125. It's 125, 125.11.
What is it on the year?
Let's
Just
see, year
curious.
to date.
Where are we at here?
Year to date, she's still up.
She's flat. Yeah.
She invested what's her 1 year? Still up 70%.
No.
Oh, no, 128%.
Yeah. 12 months
Wow.
rolling. Yeah, for sure.
What's her 5 year? Up 574%.
Yeah.
How does she deal with such poor performance?
Yeah, right.
It's-
Look at that short-term noise, though.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
it's
nothing.
short-term noise.
Yeah, that's all it
for
is.
Sure.
I didn't get into Bitcoin. It was 50,580 when I looked at it, and Ethereum 1580. Oil was actually up $1.50 to 61.25, and the metals have been getting punished. 17.14 for gold, 26.26 for silver. That's down, and copper has been strong. 4.13.
Brett, if we could pull up the screen right now, this is SOS.
This is the one crypto ticker that was a monster today.
The monster today in Hindenburg. I mean, it's actually much higher than it was the day the Hindenburg report came out. Let's look at the 5-day.
That's because the report was nonsense.
Here's it getting crushed here
Yeah.
at 458
That's where
on that report.
Yep.
Hindenburg, had some pretty bad things to say. And here we are a couple days later.
They
This thing
just-
is up 913 today.
They just shook it off.
Yeah. Well, they actually responded.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Right,
So
for sure. What about First Majestic?
that's a long idea for people that
Sure.
Just because the silver market and the metal market has been going down here recently, a lot of pressure.
Brett, is the screen up right now?
First Majestic, pure silver play, very good CEO.
Right. We talked about this before.
Look at the 5-year. I'm just curious. I didn't really dig into this.
Well, it's actually nice trough there.
Yeah.
This would indicate it's going to be, well, it already has been higher than 18, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be a multi-year breakout. If this thing goes to the side, if you see this big, if you're looking at the screen, you see that big trough there, this goes to the right
Yeah.
and consolidates and then breaks out, you got a nice, really long-term breakout here.
Yeah, they're all in sustainable cost for
Oh,
one.
look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
A couple times it's peaked here, right?
It's a good long idea.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good long. You like this thing a lot.
I love that one. I always bet on CEOs.
Yeah, you're a big fan.
Yeah, so he's a good guy. Really good guy.
What do you want to cover today?
I wanted to talk about, well, the mortgage applications for purchase, for home purchases. Well, they were up 2% compared to last week.
Yeah, Crypto Joe bought a new house.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There you go.
And
those applications.
tomorrow they're looking for jobless claims, 790,000. That number is the people that actually file new unemployment claims. Last week was 730,000. That'll have an effect tomorrow on the market, bright and early.
Is somewhere on here Cuomo?
Yeah, he's on here.
He's on this one of these pages here?
Yeah, he's...
Is he at the end or something?
Well, he came out today and was talking about...
Well, let's spend a few minutes on that. So let's finish up the market stuff.
Okay.
Anything you want to talk about the market?
Oh, yeah, we've got a ton to talk about.
Yeah, let's keep going.
So one of the main things I wanted to talk about in the market for tomorrow, there's an ETF that's going to debut. It's called Buzz, B-U-Z-Z. It's Van Eck, and it incorporates the top 75 trending tickers on social media with a 30-day rolling average on social media. So I have that actually pulled up on your screen if you want to look at it, Todd. I want to show the people what I'm talking about. Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports is behind it, and they currently have a one-year return of 78.88% on the current group of tickers that they have. Take a look at, let's see what we got here.
You sent me a fun little thing that Portnoy did about
Let's
the.
see, where did it go? There it is, right there. All right, Brett, here we go, right here. So there's the current holdings, Todd, if you want to take a look at it. DraftKings, and this is subject to change.
Is it up on the screen?
Yeah, it should be up on the screen. This is Buzz. The ETF debuts tomorrow. So that conglomerate right there is the current 30-day rolling average of the most popular sentiment tickers on the internet. It's kind of interesting.
The part I don't like about one thing I don't like about my I don't know it's the wrong word, but what I'd be concerned about myself is in terms of my own history is Dave Portnoy being associated with an ETF called Buzz.
Yeah.
And all the stocks that are hot on social media being in it generally means a top.
For sure.
It's scary.
But
There's a lot of signs that we're done for a while. Now, that being said, every time you tried to guess that, you got taken to the woodshed. So,
I mean, what's the 1.9 trillion stimulus package going to do to the market?
I don't know. Maybe they're all going to go into Buzz.
Maybe they'll go into...
I saw his video about Buzz. He liked it a lot.
That was pretty interesting, right?
Right.
So he's...
and they're rotating all these 75 stocks all the time, right?
Yeah, every 30 days they reassess it. And then they
Who's talking about stuff the most, etc.
The AI.
How do they decide how to weight it though? Do you know? Like, why is DraftKings 3%, 3.4%, and why is Digital Turbine 0.9?
I think it just has to do with the actual the footprint of the social media on the company. So DraftKings is more prominent on social media. The sentiment is higher than Facebook right now. I don't know how they weight it though. That's interesting. I mean, it's obviously that it's more popular. But
There's Chewy.
Yeah.
CRISPR for sure is in there. Beyond Meat. Well, I'll tell you one thing.
General Electric.
It will be volatile, right?
For sure. I don't think it's 3 times leverage though. It's just 1 times leverage. Yeah.
No. I actually, for full disclosure, I should pull that up here. I watch it when I pull it up. How bad this is going to look because I sold it, right? So I bought the SQQQs the last couple days. Now, this is a hedge on the market. Look, I sold it for 14 some change.
Oh yeah, you know it was up today.
Yeah, can you pull the screen up right there? Thank you, buddy. So this is a triple. So let's give them a little lesson in decay, right? Why did I sell it so quickly? I've been buying this. This is the opposite, right? I bought it right down here on March 2nd. I paid actually, I think $13.15 for it. And so this is triple leverage to the, you can see I was up 10% today.
Yeah.
The Nasdaq was down 3. this is about triple leverage. They use futures.
It's inverse. It's bear on the actual Nasdaq.
Right. So when I bought it, it's a bet that the Nasdaq's going to go down. I was trying to hedge myself. I wanted to buy 100,000 shares. I stupidly only bought 10,000.
Right.
Because of that rally yesterday, which I knew was a sucker. I should have just piled into it.
Yeah.
But that helped today. I think I made like 12 grand on it. But it is the opposite. So you buy it with the anticipation the Nasdaq would go down, this would go up, and it would go 3 times. It's leveraged 3 times.
Yeah.
But there's decay. Do you want to explain decay to people a little bit?
Well,
Or are you comfortable with explaining decay?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. It's just it has a factor of like the interest and the amount of. It's kind of like the VIG actually.
Well, let me give you a shot at decay.
Yeah.
Okay, so these indexes that are triple leveraged, like this Pro Shares, Ultra Pro Short, Triple Q ETF, which has about 1.7 billion in it, people use it as a hedge, right? So they don't actually go short all the individual stocks; they short the futures.
Yeah.
And when they do that, there's transaction cost, and those futures run out. Like maybe they're short the April futures, and they got to roll to May. And every time they do that, there's some decay in the contract value because it's not in parity.
Right.
And so these things naturally, if you hold on to them, if the market were to just be flat, they would go down. Your value would go down every year.
For sure.
And I've seen these things decay pretty hard when things are flat, right?
That's why if
and
you
I'm
look
gonna,
at
I'm going to
it,
show this proof. Brett, let's stay on the screen. If we're not, let's get there.
you're going to show the.
I'm going to show the 1 year.
Yeah, there you go.
And this will help you. See that?
That's crazy.
They've had to reverse this stock because the Nasdaq rallied, and it rallied. This is a 3 times leveraged deal, so this thing got cratered right all the way down here. Right. This is a 1 year. I mean, keep it in mind that this was $161 a year ago.
Yep, and that's the decay. It's only like this is intended for just short-term trends, overnight holds, small swing trades for a couple of days.
The 5 years worse.
Yeah.
It was 1,500. So this is a trade. Look at the 5 year is down 99%.
Yep.
Because of decay and because of rally in the market. And so if the market rallied 30%, this is down
90%.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a trader's market here, and I highly suggest that you don't use this or trade it unless you know what you're doing.
For sure.
I use it as a hedge. I'm very nimble. A lot of times I'll buy into strength, meaning if the market's strong, I'll buy this as a hedge, and I'll just pair it off a little bit. I didn't pair it perfectly today, but I still made a little bit of money.
Yeah, like the fake out yesterday. You were going to.
I got faked out. I really wanted to put 100,000 shares on.
Right.
I would have done that today. I would have saved a whopping what? What was it up today? Can I see the screen? Let me put my glasses on.
Go back to the 1 day.
Go back to the 1 day. Oh, yeah, that's
see what
right.
we got here.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so it was up, $1.20, right?
Yep.
So, even with $1 million plus of risk, I would have made maybe 150 grand, right?
Yep.
And that would have been a nice hedge, actually,
For sure.
given what I lost today.
Yeah. Well, you haven't lost. You don't lose until you sell.
Yeah, well, I'm an idiot, and I got overly aggressive, so
that's okay.
I a little bummed there. But hey, what happens with rocket companies now? Not as many rocket emojis on this one.
We'll see. I mean, 28.31 after hours.
What are your thoughts?
I'm in.
Not a big bounce.
Not yet.
I really thought it was going to bounce back to 34.
Yeah, I'm in right now. Let's see what happens.
RBC said $30 price target.
Yeah.
Are they the axe in the name, RBC?
I mean, the all-time high was like 34 prior to this run-up.
Was it?
Yeah. So keep that in mind.
Well, that dollar dividend will help a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
But still a little bit of pain around this.
Yeah, $1.11. But it's people that want the dividend in the next, what's today, the 3rd. So let's just walk through this timeline. So we have tomorrow the 4th, Friday the 5th, and then Monday is the ex-dividend date. You have to you have to own the shares on the 8th.
You have to own them on the 8th?
Yeah.
You have to own them on the 7th, if it's ex-dividend?
Well, the 7th is Sunday. It has to be the 8th.
So it trades without on the 8th or trades without on the 9th?
I think it trades without on the 9th.
Right.
Yeah. It's recorded
But you get that buck.
Yeah, right.
Got it.
And so we could play it a couple of different ways. We might want to see risk reward. What if the price tomorrow, what if the price Friday goes back to like 35?
Hey, we got dinner with the Congressman tonight.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I like those stone crabs.
I still don't know who it is.
We didn't tell you?
No.
I didn't know that. Is that true?
Apparently not.
Never did.
Oh, you're gonna like it. He's a.
All you said was he had an R next to his name.
He's a Republican,
And
for
he was
sure.
former congressman.
Yes, for
You
11
didn't
years.
tell me the state or the person.
Yeah, you'll know. You'll learn tonight.
Yeah, it's still a
It'll
surprise.
be good. He's very entertaining and smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Just what age group is he in? Just give me that much. A range.
I know that at one time he was one of the youngest congressmen elected.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
But 11 years later, he was no longer the youngest congressman.
Yeah. What did he serve? 1 term?
No, I think he served 5 terms.
5 terms. So Congress is a 2-year term, right? Or House? He's
2
in the
years,
House?
yeah.
Okay.
Right, exactly.
Okay, cool. Looking forward to it.
What do you want to cover? Because
well,
I'm in a grouchy mood. I got my butt kicked.
Yeah. We're going to, let's stay on
I got
the...
some stuff I got to get done for my producer over here, who probably doesn't even want to be here, even though I do love him. See, he's smiling. I owe you something. I know it. Don't worry. Good things come to those who wait. I know it's all my fault.
So the leftist...
What?
He's 39? Oh, so he was really young.
Oh.
Now he's 39.
Wow.
Oh. If you can guess what we're having for dinner, we're going to give you some merch.
No, he said who. Who we're having for dinner.
Yeah. Oh, who's having dinner with us?
Yeah.
Congressman, I'll give you a tip. He's from Illinois.
Illinois.
He's 39. Is that right now? Yeah, I don't know if he'd appreciate me saying any more than that.
No, that's
enough.
fine.
Yeah, that's good.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. 39 from Illinois.
So speaking
Smart
of political figures, Cuomo's approval rating is now 38%. That's pretty low. It should be lower, in my opinion.
For lack of getting myself in trouble here,
Yeah.
I watched that little video about the sausage thing.
Yeah, that was nothing.
That was nothing. I was like if he's in trouble now, is he just in trouble for that because he's the governor? Because if we all get in trouble for things, I'm toast. You might as well fry me up here.
Yeah, I think because he was the governor and was on film. And also, though, the main thing is the nursing home debacle, the underreporting of...
But with the sexual harassment thing, he apologized for it.
There's 3 people now. They keep coming out of the woodwork. There's another one that just came out, and now there's 3, so we'll see what happens.
Wow. Hey, I don't want to forget, and we forgot earlier. I really blew it, man. Sorry, I'm a little lackadaisical with that.
Hey, we're a
sleep.
little tired today.
We are. We stayed up too late. The Patriot Network, KEIB, AM 1150, Los Angeles, in Orange County. This Sunday, 1 p.m., we're going to be on the radio.
Yeah.
We were on the radio last week. We're on the radio this week. You can catch the show, the Friday night show. We'll be on the radio at 1 p.m. It's not video, obviously, but you always can see the video on YouTube.
56 minutes of pure, adulterated...
It'll be better
fun.
than this. We'll
Yeah.
be better Friday.
Oh, for sure.
But that trading after hours, I would have been better just to stop.
Yeah.
But I had to get cute.
Yeah, we got a little fancy there. You know when you're trying to play a hand in poker a certain way, and because you think
I
you're...
rode that thing into the ground.
Think
that
about
hand.
it, though. If you're playing a certain way and you
It's
think
like a hand.
Yeah, your opponent, you think you give your opponent more credit than he's due, so you play a little fancy.
I muscled up a little bit.
Yeah, so that's what happened. We just
Right.
got a little fancy. And now
I did make some money trading other places, but
Yeah.
That SS&T was up, and
Yep.
I got a fair amount of shares there. Actually, if I think about it, I don't even know if I was down on the day because SS&T.
Yep.
I had like something like 300,000 or 400,000 shares, right? And that was up like almost $1.
That thing moves quickly.
It does for sure.
Yeah. So
So for full disclosure, I have a 13D filed on SS&T, and it's not a recommendation. Please do not buy that stock. Do your own homework. I'm not a licensed financial professional. I can't give you advice, but I can share with you what I do, and I can share with you what my ideas and what I've learned, etc.
Right.
And what I've learned right now is the market sucks.
it's terrible.
Right.
So
But we're like perpetuating that process.
well.
What else you got on the list? Or you want to go back to Como?
Well, no, I wanted to stay with maybe this will help the market. COVID relief, $1,400 checks, $75,000 individual income will be eligible. A family with an annual income of $150,000 will be eligible. If you're over 80,000 individual or 160,000 joint, there's no soup for you. So
No soup for you.
no,
So when's those checks out? Stimulus. Let's talk about stimulus.
yeah.
When are you going to get the stimulus checks out? When are people getting the stimulus checks?
It's got to pass the Senate, and then Mr.
When's the vote?
I'm not sure. It's not happening yet. It's got to go back to the House after. So
Why?
because they're making some red lines, they're making some adjustments to it.
Why they take so long?
I don't know. There was supposed to be it was supposed to be $1,400 checks the day after inauguration.
We're in March, right? I thought it was $2,000 checks.
Yeah, that didn't happen either.
Right.
The left wing of the party is a little upset about that. So, like the AOC and that crew.
Yeah, if you're waiting for that stimulus check,
what are they going to do with it?
Kinda
Is
sucks.
it going right into the Robin? They buying GameStop with it? They're going to buy some Air Force Ones, some Mike Trout rookie cards. They're going to go put it all on red or black at the casino. They're going to pay down debt. There's a lot of choices.
hey, what's up with that Nike executive that quit over her son or her daughter or son having? Did you see that whole
No.
thing? Oh, I'm bummed. I really wish I would have looked at it harder. If anyone has any comments about that Nike thing, I saw a Nike executive. The son or daughter was running a shoe business.
Oh, really?
Right. And
Wow.
using her credit card, I think maybe getting some discounts from Nike. Did you hear about that at all?
That's definitely.
Hey, Skylar, can you look up that story? Because I thought it was fascinating.
I wonder if that person was using like the exchanges like StockX, which is similar to the stock market. Only
What's
for
going on?
shoes.
What's up with the Nike with the sneaker business? I mean, that seems like to be there's exchanges. People are all into it. I don't know a lot about it. What do you know about it?
Yeah, StockX and GOAT. Those are two of the main
GOAT?
exchanges. Yeah, GOAT.
And you just sell dirty sneakers?
No, you sell new, like very high line sneakers. My brother does it. He's
Why
got.
are you
like,
laughing?
Dirty sneakers.
Well, I mean, can I sell any sneakers? Because I got some old sneakers.
No.
Or do they sell only new sneakers?
You're selling like Yeezys, like Jordans.
Yeah, but new or used?
Brand new Travis Barkers. You'd be surprised how much these shoes sell for. I mean, $2,000. It's just, I don't know, it's a commodity.
It's crazy.
It's what they, yeah. Look at sports cards. Remember the one Vegas Dave had, the Mike Trout refractor? It was the all-time, it eclipsed Honus Wagner's record. I think he sold that card for like $3.8 million.
No way. Is that
Yes,
really true?
Vegas Dave did.
No way.
Yeah, he crushed it.
It did not beat the Honus Wagner card.
Yes, it did.
No.
Look it up.
Come on.
Fact check me.
I'm going to fact check you. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, it's definitely, it did happen.
Hey, want to talk about Disney a little bit. Kind of the sign of the times. Disney is closing 20% of its stores, focused on e-commerce. So slowly, the erosion of the actual in-person experience continues.
What about GameStop? Are they doing anything? They're up in the after hours, by the way.
I presume they're going to close some stores, maybe?
Yeah.
Get more online?
Why don't they make some crypto cafes? I'll go partake and hang out.
What would be a crypto cafe? What do you mean?
Just a place where some like-minded individuals that are looking at digital currencies and just, just ideas can go and share a coffee and share ideas. Stuff like that. That'd be pretty interesting.
Right.
So, I don't know. I wanted to talk about a couple other things here. You remember that really bad SUV crash in California?
Yesterday, right?
Yeah,
15
it was
people dead?
13 dead unless it went up.
Oh, I thought it was, okay, well, 13, 15.
How does this happen? Okay, I did some research
Tell
on
us all
it.
about
All right,
it.
listen to this. So an SUV in California killed 13 persons. There were 25 persons in a 1997 Ford Expedition. How in the world can you get that done? So I started digging into it.
That's not true.
Yes, and
There's
guess
25 people in one car?
in the Ford Expedition. But when I tell you how this happened, you're not going to believe me. So apparently this Ford Expedition went blasting through a hole in our United States-Mexico border fence. 25 migrants packed into that expedition.
I drove an expedition.
Through the fence, into the tractor trailer, 13 of them unfortunately
No
passed.
way.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, that's sad to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about like, this thing, it's like probably like a scene from a movie. It just goes barreling through a fence, so that's what happened.
So that was a border issue,
Yes,
border
it was.
skirmish, right?
Very bad.
How sad.
Yeah, so.
Right. They're bringing me down here with only 5 minutes to go.
Mm,
Hey,
okay.
Brett, if we could bring up the screen real quick. Now, Melvin Capital is a pretty famous firm. As we know, he used to work for SAC,
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Cohen, and up 20% for the month of February after getting pummeled in January with GameStop. Good for Melvin Capital.
Where did they make their gains? I'm wondering.
I'm sure they got,
they're
he saw
huge.
some overselling,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're massive.
Who knows? They got a lot of dough, right?
Yep, for sure.
You can come off the screen yet. Got about 5 minutes left. Anything you want to cover?
I wanted to tell you that Biden's OMV pick for the Office of Management and Budget, she withdrew her name, Neera Tanden. Apparently, she had over 1,000 offensive tweets on Twitter she tried to scrub, but the internet sleuths screenshot them all. And just remember, everyone, the internet's forever. You put something out there, it could come back and haunt you.
Hey, if you're getting value from the show, make sure you subscribe and push the bell on YouTube. It's important to us because we need all the followers we can get because nobody likes us.
So for the next couple of weeks, we're looking at commodities. I'm looking at AG. I'm looking at X, which is U.S. Steel. And in fact, it looks like Goldman Sachs came out and said that there's a bull run in commodities likely. So
Copper.
yeah, man.
Copper.
Absolutely.
Hey, one thing you need to pay attention to, in my opinion, is when you're a trader, I tell everyone I do three things. I either buy whole or parts of companies and file 13Ds. Mm-hmm. I invest like I did with Boeing and Icon Enterprises, or I trade on volatility. Now, normally I wouldn't complain. This account today was down around 300 grand, but it's been up a lot.
Yeah.
And volatility-wise, I'm still ahead of the game.
Yeah.
But it's important to pay attention to when you trade on volatility. And if you don't understand what I mean by that, that means you're specifically trading in names that are making a move and using technical analysis and breakouts to be in that volatility. Because without that volatility, you can't make money.
You want to embrace the variance.
Right.
That's what it is.
I have traded Riot and Bitcoin. Now,
Yeah.
I never want to be inaccurate on the show, but I probably made 100,000 trading Riot just in the last 2 weeks.
For sure.
Right?
I've seen it.
And Bitcoin traded like crazy.
Yep.
I'm long Bitcoin, by the way, just for fairness, full disclosure. There we go.
Yeah.
Jeff D. I would argue that you got to get your core conviction when you keep stuff overnight. I know we have a little bit of some opinion. I'm long rocket companies.
So, but the rocket could go either way. That could be a long, it could be a volatility trade.
Yeah, but I'm comfortable. I looked at what Dan Gilbert was doing, and it was down enough that I wanted to load up. I loaded up a little too soon, but I'm comfortable, and I loaded up more. But I have the luxury of having a lot of capital I can put towards that trade relative to the overall size of the trade. You trade a little more nimble because you use a little less capital, and you're obviously trading out of your own pocket.
Right.
Where I'm trading out of a fund.
I was very happy, very comfortable. In fact, if you had $5 million in Rocket Mortgage, I'd be fine with it.
Right.
But the other one, the ADHD drug, I was a little more hesitant.
One thing I want to say about this though is that I looked at when I was getting clipped, I looked at all my positions and said, what do I love?
Yeah.
I sold everything I didn't love.
Right. That's great.
I just got rid of the stuff in the volatility portfolio that I wasn't comfortable with. The stuff I was comfortable with, that ADHD drug thing, I traded when it went back to 14.50.
Yeah.
I traded around it a little bit, getting myself comfortable. You're right though; it could stop making that move. Although they do have an approved FDA drug,
they do.
Right?
Yeah.
So theoretically, hopefully, it's worth a little bit more money there.
Yeah. Let's see where the floor is for that. That's the key.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's up.
I'm thinking the floor is 12 with upside to 20.
It was at 21 this morning.
Yeah.
That's a big variance. That, my friends, is volatility.
But that's a biotech for you.
Right.
So.
Hey, I went long Riot again into the close.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, a wee bit.
It's fun because they run with, these crypto tickers, especially Riot, they correlate with Bitcoin very well.
Hey, yesterday when Ethereum rallied overnight, you had me sell it.
You took profit.
I did sell it all.
That was great.
There wasn't a lot of Ethereum. Got rid of that.
So what? Every win
what's
counts.
with 1 minute left, what's your risk on stock of the day, my friend?
Well, SOS. Did we even get into SOS? I guess we did a little bit.
We didn't show it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me pull it up on the screen.
SOS,
winding down here real quickly.
Rocket.
Let's pull it up here. Let's pull it up here. SOS.
But
okay.
The main one.
All right. SOS. 8:30 in the aftermarket. It's a Chinese Bitcoin miner.
We got a minute. The one thing I want to look at tomorrow hard, I'll be staring at Buzz. B-U-Z-Z. That's what I'll be looking at.
Oh yeah, the new ETF.
I'll be on.
Hey, could we pull up on the screen real quick? Rocket companies.
2840.
Rocket Mortgage. 2840 in the aftermarket. A whip-in after yesterday.
I have $27.95 overnight on that. Full disclosure, I have 800 shares.
Ouch. Hey, it's March 3rd. A little bit somber because we got our rear end kicked. At least I did.
Yeah.
I did not trade very well today. Some days that's the case. March 3rd is the 22nd episode. This is a habit now. Dinner with the Congressman, and if you can guess what we're having for dinner tonight, let me just explain to you. It starts with a J and ends with an E, and it is, I love it. Anyways, hey, it's Todd Ault. Thank you to everyone, Jason, all the producers and everything. We'll see you tomorrow.